Well, guys, we're out in the shop. I got my parts. So we are getting started on the car now. You can see I already got the head off and clean. And then I got the block scraped up and cleaned up. All nice and clean now. Ready to go back together basically. And got a little spot up there I gotta take care of and some junk up along there. But other than that, it should be good. Now, since I wasn't able to get any video last night because I had no batteries, I will tell y'all kind of what I've done so far already. And you know, this helps me out too, because that way I can remember everything, you know. And so far, it was really weird because I didn't have to remove half the crap that the Haynes manual told me to remove. And I clearly did not feel like doing that, so I figured out the easy way. And I never even touched this book. Now, the way that I was able to do it was loosen the 3 bolts off the exhaust down there. You know, you got your 10 head bolts, your 8 manifold bolts, took off that motor mount, the upper timing cover, just slid the timing chain over to the side, took off the O2 sensor, this wiring harness, so all 3 of those plugs have to come out. That's just the O2 temperature and another temperature. And after all that bull comes out, you know, you can clean up your gasket faces and stuff. And oh, also remove the distributor out of the way. Now the reason I did that is so that way I can slip my hand up underneath here and get to the bottom 4 bolts fairly easily. Now, after you got all that stuff removed, take off your air intake, you know, and it's actually about all that I took off, really. I just sat the fuel rail over to the side, disconnected the return line over here, and just moved it over, you know, and put my bolts into little containers of left and right. And after that, I had a little bit of trouble getting it to wiggle out of there, but the head sits right there, right about up to that point right there on this motor. And then this little edge right here, you can get just a screwdriver under and pry up a little bit. And I popped that corner loose and got that to wiggle around a little bit. Then I got this corner to wiggle around a little bit and push the manifold back, you know, to get those bottom bolts, the bottom studs out of their holes. And then took the exhaust off. You're just able to kind of wiggle the exhaust, and then it'll bend this way a little bit, enabling you to bend it back up a little bit, pulling it out. And I say that on a difficulty scale, this has been about a 4 out of a 10. I mean, this was not hard at all to do this. And I got to replace the timing belt soon. That's something completely different in itself, you know. But after I did all that, you know, you still got to unplug those 4 off the fuel rail. After I did all that, just kind of scraped the head a little bit, and the bores inside here look very, very nice. I don't know how well y'all can see that. I don't think at all, really, but the bores feel very smooth. There's a horrible ridge at the top, but other than that, the bores feel really good. No scratches, no nothing like that. So hopefully I should be able to just slap this puppy back together tonight and fire it up but you never know. Didn't have to mess with the alternator or the power steering pump or the air conditioner like the Haynes manual said. I didn't have to remove the manifold out of the car like it said. I left the throttle body and all of its stuff attached like it said to undo. I even left the battery hooked up so I could listen to the radio. Probably not a very smart thing to do, but I mean, I need my radio. But let's see. One thing is that my cold air intake sat right onto that air conditioning hose. So I need to take care of that. Here's the air intake. Nice, filthy, you know, always. Nice and clean right there where right there where I cleaned it up a little bit. But other than that, it's nice and nasty. Looks okay down inside. I mean, there's a little bit of oil up in there. But down here on this end, I mean, we look all good. Clean-ish filter. And MAF's still hooked up on this car, you know. And, let's see. What else? You know, I didn't have to take off that square piece, which I do to get off the last little bit of the intake gasket. And I ordered a cool kit on eBay from Fireflies. It's the seller, FYREFLYS, and what it does is it goes up into there, and it's these little LED boards that go up in there. And now with those up in there, what you can actually do is whenever you open your door, whatever color you picked actually shows up inside the car, you know. So I thought that was pretty cool. I need to charge the battery one more time before I try to fire it up, because I can tell it's running a little bit low, judged by those lights. And, well, I mean, I've only been running the radio in it for like 10 hours straight now, you know, without battery charger on it, so no worries there. It didn't really take me very long to do what I've done. About 6 o'clock last night was whenever I started all this. And I got a phone call. So I guess that will be the end of this video. See y'all.